welcome back to my YouTube channel, The MS Child. If you're just tuning in, I have a couple more videos that I posted recently. You can take a look at those. If not, you don't have to. This video is not necessarily going to be related to that at all. Today I kind of wanted to just touch on what I've always found super interesting, which is just the power of your mind and kind of how big of a role and how big of a play that is in terms of what it is that you decide to do moving forward, and then also on top of that, how it is that it just affects your life, and how it is that it affected my life, and kind of like decisions there. Now, I don't really see this being a very long video. I'm just going to touch on like some main details. So with that, for me, ever since just kind of some of the things that I've experienced, there's been things I've experienced where it's like I've noticed how it is that I went about in making decisions after really kind of changed the trajectory of where it is that my life played out. I can tell you right now that I've made some really poor decisions and have had a poor mindset about it. I've also made some really, positive decisions, and still afterwards had what we would call a negative amount of gratitude for the positive decisions and the positive outcomes that came from that. So then that reflected poorly later on, which, that is what it is. Now, I think one of the really what I want to talk about today, and like the biggest thing for me is we're gonna revert right back to the MS, and it's taught me so much. I literally named this channel the MS Child, so I guess like it's not wrong for me to revert back to the lessons that I've learned because of MS. But it's really taught me that no matter what, there's certain things and there's certain obstacles in your life, and if you don't want to necessarily do something something that's like hard, right? Now, if you don't want to go jump off a cliff with no parachute, yeah, by all means, you probably shouldn't fucking do that. Like, by all means, you really shouldn't. But I think when it comes down to like the little stuff, like where it's like, and maybe people won't see this as little, but like, if you're getting up in the morning, if you make a promise to yourself and you say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 4 or even like 6 a.m. I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna work out, even if it's just like I don't even know, like a little like 10-minute walk around the fucking block. Like, if you're saying that to yourself, but then you don't get to follow through, like, what does that do for you? Like, how is it that you're setting yourself up for future successes when you can't even commit to yourself? Like, you can't commit to being able to follow through with something that you told yourself that you're gonna do. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like, how can people trust you if you can't even trust yourself? Like, you can't trust yourself to follow through with something. How do you expect Joe Schmo from down the block to trust you to bring bagels over? Like, really though, like, I feel like, especially in this day and age, we're missing so much integrity. Like, nobody has any integrity. Like, nobody has any like bravado or any meaning behind what they say. Like, it's just like, you don't know if they're gonna fucking follow through, because a lot of people don't follow through with what it is that they tell themselves. And that's something that, like, even myself, like, I always try to get better at. Like, because nobody's perfect, right? Like, nobody's perfect, but I think that there's ways and there's building blocks in order to be able to get to a point where maybe you're not necessarily perfect, but you're like 99%, at least 99% of the way there. Because like, obviously everybody's gonna have their mishaps, their mistakes. Like, you're gonna wake up one morning, you might be deathly ill. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has little mistakes, but at the end of the day, like, you gotta be able to follow through with what it is that you say that you're gonna tell yourself, you know what I mean? So it's like, something that's really been helpful for me is like, anytime with anything, anytime that my mind tells me, oof, I don't want to do that, it's like this immediate like snap. It's like an immediate snap. It's so interesting, actually. It's an immediate snap because I've reverted my brain. Which took a little while. I've like rewired my brain to be like, I even did it yesterday. I was gonna take a cold shower, and I remember I finished like my warm shower, because what I'll do is I'll wash my body like with warm water, right? Go through all the procedures there, like I'll be in my comfortable state or whatever, what have you. And then I remember I finished my shower, and I said to myself, like in my head, obviously I wasn't talking out loud, not to say that I don't do that. I do talk to myself out loud. I was like, ooh, I don't really want to take a cold shower. And like no lie, as soon as I like told myself that, I was like, fuck, now I have to do it. Like, now I have to take a cold shower because I don't want to take a cold shower. It's like that little like switch, that little rewiring of like forcing yourself to be in an uncomfortable state. And like, I don't know how to explain it, but that shit, it's changed my life, because then you're rewiring what it is that you deem and what you factor as fear, or what it is that you deem or you factor as being uncomfortable, because you are now putting your body, you're putting your mind through physical stress. And what that does for your body is like just immense. It's fantastic, and not only for your body, but what it does for your mind. And I'm not even talking about just the cold shower at this point. I'm talking about just being able to say, oh, this shit's really fucking hard, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like, ooh, I have to study for probably 3 to 5 hours tonight because I need to make sure that I'm prepared for this test tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Ooh, I have a 4 a.m. workout and I don't really want to go because I know that my coach is just gonna fucking be brutal, but ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Oh, I have to wake up early tomorrow morning, but my boys and my fucking friends are out drinking tonight, and that looks like a lot of fun, but I need to be better, and I need to be able to actually show up for the training tomorrow, or I need to be able to show up for my 4 a.m. I'm gonna go ahead and skip out on that. Being able to say no to things that don't make you better, or things that don't positively influence or impact your life, and being able to go in and say yes to the stuff that is really fucking hard to do, I swear to God, that shit just changes you. That it does. And I think that's, not only is that something that I learned through MS, but that's something that I learned through just this past year. Like, being able to actively say no to things that are not gonna make you a better person. I could go on. I'm not gonna, I don't want this to be a long video, but I really could. I could really go on about how much choosing the hard stuff, choosing the stuff that's difficult, and going through with it day after day, that'll make you a different person, and that'll open your eyes. It teaches you that you can do more than what you've already told yourself that you can do. Every single time. You can do so much more. That's it though. That's it. That's it, because it has to be it, because if it's not it, then I will just keep rambling. So it has to be it. But that's all. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. If not, that's cool too. I know that I talk a lot. But I just have to get it out. This is like kind of like a journal for me, but it's a journal that people can tune into if they want to. But that's why it's not even a fancy, like these videos aren't fancy. The video is just me talking because I can. It's America, baby. I can post whatever, I can do whatever. And that, it's cool. That shit's cool. You can just kind of do whatever the fuck you want. All right, I'm getting off topic, but thank you for joining in. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.